Hey, what's up, guys? Today we are going to do a Louis Vuitton Drippy Nike sign style custom on the Air Force One here. So first we're going to take our acetone and just get rid of that factory shine, make it easier for our paint to adhere to the leather better. And then we're going to take our pencil here and kind of sketch out the drip lines of where I want to paint the drip at. But I always like to use a pencil here just in case you mess up or something like that, or you don't like something. I mean, it's just as easy as erasing, just like you saw right there. But right after I do that, then I like to take these pens here, and they are kind of like a waterproof, kind of smudge-proof ballpoint pen. I don't know, you can get it at Staples, but they are very user friendly. If you rub your hand across it or something, it ain't going to smear into the rest of the shoe. But if for some reason your pen or whatever you're writing with does acetone, usually just wipes it right off, so it makes it pretty easy. But here's our drip. Like to use the heat gun real quick. Make sure you just dry that pen in there. But after you do that, you like take your tape, and I like to tape off the Nike sign just so that I make sure I don't get any paint up on the top of the shoe or anywhere that's not supposed to be. But just make sure that you use this tape, get it as close to the sign as possible, just because I do brush and paint can get under that tape. But I got like 5 or 6 colors here. I mean, any type of color works really, but kind of got this flat angler paintbrush. Just really all you're going to do with it here is just pick up any color you want, put it anywhere, just pretty much just put a spot of paint on the shoe. You kind of have to make it wide enough for your Louis Vuitton stencils, so then it's not going to be like half the color and then half the white on the shoe. But yeah, you just wherever you want to put a stencil at, you just put a little a little section of paint there, and just do that for the rest of the entire Nike sole or the Nike sign. But once you got that done, this is what it'll look like. Yours might not look identical, but something in that nature there. And now you just take your stencils. Right here I got just the Louis Vuitton. I think they're a large stencil. It would be easier if you had like a medium, maybe even a small size stencil, if you're able to find something like that. Just because, I mean, it is a small section that you're putting these stencils on. But what I've found is, whenever you're brushing paint on, because after this we'll be brushing black paint on there, it is easier to make sure your stencil placement isn't going to go from the Nike sign to the other part of the shoe, the below the Nike sign, just because paint does like to get around that stencil, if you know what I'm saying. But after that, there's our stencils there, all pressed on there. Now we just take just I don't know, maybe a medium to large size brush, and just do light coats with the black paint. Just go along the entire Nike sign. But do make sure that you do a couple coats with this paint, just because you are painting over different colors, of course. And if you only do one coat, maybe the yellow will stand out more than the purple or so on, and you just want to see all black, because whenever you remove those stencils, you just want to see the color of the color that's under that stencil, and those colors only. You don't want anything fading out on you. But now we're just doing touch-ups here with the small brush, because I mean, you ain't going to be able to take that size of brush all the way down. But that is what it looked like. Probably put, I don't know how many coats I put on there, maybe two, maybe I think a little more, probably around three to four maybe. But anyways, now you just take your stencils off real slow. And more than likely you are going to have some touch-ups on your stencils, just because if you place a stencil on the stitching part and you brush it on, it'd be a lot easier if you airbrush it. So you can make a stencil for the drip with the transfer paper, or if you have a stencil for the drip, it might be a little easier, because then you can airbrush everything. But whenever you brush stuff on, it does make it a little more difficult, and you have to do some touch-ups. But I do believe I did skip ahead, and I already went to the other side of the shoe. But I mean, it's literally the exact same thing. And now all I'm doing is just painting the back part and the air symbol down there. Simple, real simple. All you have to do is just take a little brush and paint whatever colors you want on there. And you can just use the paint itself. You don't have to use too soft or anything, because that part isn't going to get creased. But for the most parts, the shoe's pretty much over. Just take your matte finish, give it a nice matte looking, and make sure that your shoe turns out, kind of helps it make it waterproof, if you'd say. But yeah, I mean, everything's pretty much done with this shoe, and this is what the final looks like here. I think it turned out pretty dope looking. You can see you got the little raindrops falling from the drips. But yeah, if you like this video, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.